Hey y'all, welcome back to Sitting with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is Collective Coffee. I was gonna take the day off because the full moon was pretty exhausting. So anyway, happy full moon yesterday. But instead I would like to research what the civil war in this country will look like. Anyway, this full moon in Taurus was yesterday. And I don't know. I just have a feeling shit's about to pop off a little bit sooner than everyone thinks, right? So I'm gonna do some research about that. Also, I just want to bring attention to, of course, everything going on. I haven't done a Collective Coffee in a while. People are continuing to be bombed in the Middle East by Israel and the United States. And I think what's really alarming, I just want to keep reiterating this point, is how the people who are serving in the IOF, right, that's the Israeli occupation forces, how they are dual citizens from somewhere else in the world, right? So they're going, serving their military time, being a part of a fucking genocide, the most documented genocide in humanity's history to this point that we know of, right? Because the powers that be probably have some other documentation that we're not allowed to see, right? Like the Vatican and everything like that. Okay, off topic. Anyway, oh, I just want to remind people of that. That the people around you, you know, you could be walking past them on the street. You could be, you know, like these war criminals are all over the world, just living normal lives after going there and doing that. And if nothing else that I share in this segment, that's something that it's really bugging me. It's really bugging me, you know, to think about that. And also which of those folk, right, are in sitting positions within this country, right? Because as we talked about the way the election went down, you know, I didn't have the correct academic language. I learned yesterday that there is a term for the coup that I was talking about, like that infiltration instead of like a violent overtaking of what we're going to be living through. But now that Trump has been choosing his cabinet and stuff, I'm going to look further into those people so that we can decolonize from them altogether, right? I'm sure someone's already done this, but I really enjoy researching. So I'm going to start today by researching that, because I feel like it's important to think about. And I said this after Election Day. It was like, take your power back, I think was the video, about how I wasn't going to make a video today. I'm tired. Everyone in my family is an earth sign, and I know that the coven against me tried me yesterday because of, I could feel it. So I'm tired today, but I'm not dead, which is what they wanted. Anyway, I think violence, right? So the violence that we're going to be seeing, it's already started. I mean, it started a long time ago, right? There's always been violence against, you know, amongst the people, right? But that's always been perpetrated and fed by, you know, the state. Also, Malcolm X's daughters are suing the FBI, the CIA, and the U.S. government for the assassination of their father, which I am so on board with. I love to see that. So, there was a big Lebanon is like Israel is going after Lebanon really heavily, and it's not getting nearly the same attention that Gaza is, which Gaza has, but I think it's an important distinction to even just think about how Israel is just going in and claiming land, and the United States is funding this, right? In the United States, Joe Biden himself said that many times, how Israel is the safeguard, the United States is like safeguard in the Middle East, right? And so I just think, I don't know, I'm gonna do this research, but I encourage you to continue to pay attention to what's happening in the world. But not more importantly, but also I think something that's really hard for Americans, especially people who live in America that do hold privilege, that have never experienced state-sanctioned violence. This is too hot to put over here. Got my computer out. Hang on. I haven't had tea yet, which is why I sound silly. For folks who have never experienced that, I think it's hard for people to think about the ways in which they're even affected by these things, right? Which is, apathy ultimately. But yeah, I'm gonna do some research so that I'm more eloquent, because I just felt like I needed to say something. But Lebanon is being bombed. Israel is currently bombing like Lebanon, Gaza, and the West Bank. But like, if you haven't seen, let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Greater Israel Map Project. They want to like take over a bunch of these countries in the Middle East. Oh yeah, it's right here. Don't copyright me, YouTube. It's not even that loud. Fuck, it's on like 4. Hang on. Here. So this is their goal. Alright. And people are talking about this. So they're in the process of colonizing all of this land right now, right? But the thing that's fucked up is that like Saudi Arabia and Israel, or not Israel, excuse me, Egypt, are like not doing anything to stop them when like their land is also, right? So Gaza is like, Gaza's like right here, right? Like right there. And then Lebanon is here, right? Lebanon's little. Oh, that's an ad. I'm so tired. Hang on. You have Google too. You can do this as well. If you're watching me, there's a way that you can Google this. So they're really going heavy on Lebanon right now, but Syria is also a thing. I worked for Amnesty International as a, like one of those people that bugs you on the sidewalks, canvasser. And it was like always my dream to work for Amnesty International, and I did in LA, but you have to start at the bottom and work your way up, right? And I'm really glad that I had that experience. But anyway, the thing that I was fundraising for were Syrian refugees. And so that was what? It was before Nile. A couple years before Nile. So that was maybe 2016 or so. I think it was right after I was married. And I only did it for a few months, but then I started asking too many questions. And I was asking them about the funding because, we canvassers. So this goes for like all of those. I mean, I don't know why we're going on this tangent, but these big corporations, canvassers, like the animal people with that Sarah McLachlan song, they like do canvassing and stuff. Human Rights Watch, I think I worked for them at one point in time. I've had a lot of canvassing jobs. couple years before the amnesty, I was working for someone else. It was like a Greenpeace, I think. And we were doing like a Save the Bee campaign, but that one was like door to door. Oh my god. I'm so glad I don't do those jobs. I suck at that shit. Anyway, you have to like meet you have to meet certain goals, right? And so I started asking questions at Amnesty because, like I said, it was like my dream to work for Amnesty International for a long time. Like, probably 15, 20 years until I did work there as a canvasser. And I'm like, oh, you're just as corrupt as everyone else. Don't get me wrong, they have great people, but I mean, I was overqualified for the job, so they didn't like the way that I was asking questions. I mean, I wasn't good at what I was doing, but I had my master's at that point, you know. Anyway, so I could have been in one of the higher ups. But yeah, those big corporations always take more of a cut than they let on, right? Especially when the canvassers are the ones that have to like speak to people and be like, you should really sign up for this monthly membership, right? So anyway, we're gonna look up these red and blue states, and then I'm gonna learn more about the US government and how it functions today. I probably will be doing this laying down, but I'm still gonna do it so I can come back and share. I have a million projects going on. And then I'm gonna get back on the daily prompts today. I don't know if I'm gonna do a reading. We'll see how I feel. I'm already feeling better. But yeah, yesterday was, I know someone attacked me. My mother and my sister are both Tauruses, so I was anticipating that with this full moon, because they have to channel the moon in order to try and get at me. I didn't even get a headache this time, so keep going. And also remember that I speak to our ancestors and they are not happy with you, and you should just leave me alone and give me what is mine. Anyway, that's some shit for you. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think I want to do more Hollywood prompts today for daily decolonizing. I am gonna work today. I wasn't going to, but I have to. But anyway, just keep an eye out around, like, who's around you, the way they react. If you are, and white folks especially, you have the ability to be like a Trojan horse, which I have been dubbed a couple times. So when you get into these spaces with other people and they like just assume you're just like them, they talk, right? And sometimes it benefits you to allow them to talk and then report back to people who can benefit from that information instead of calling them out on the spot. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's a way to use your privilege. If you have privilege, whatever your privilege is, remember that access to space and information is a lot of power, right? And yeah, I think that, I don't know if I have enough prompts for this. Yeah, I'm specifically thinking of one time I was out in public a couple months ago maybe, and I was wearing my press sweatshirt, which is, you know, in honor of the journalists in Gaza, and there was one dude who kept looking at me all nervous, right? And I just held very intense eye contact with him. Things like that. I'm like, oh, you were probably one of these motherfuckers over there, huh? But I want you guys to keep that in mind. And it's not just IOF. I mean, United States we just did that militarization one, decolonizing the other day. And it's just like, a lot of people who are in the military don't talk about what they've done or what they've had to do and what orders they were given, because their human consciousness is more than likely ashamed of what they had to do, right? And that's a pretty subliminal or subconscious thing. So I'm looking at the map of the states. But anyway, I feel, I don't know, there's something amiss. And we said that there's people speculating on TikTok about how Kamala Harris is prosecuting Trump And that's why she conceded. I mean, don't go crazy just making shit up. Been there, done that. Be careful with the information you consume. And that's another thing. If we are coming on to a civil war, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some sort of violence in this country. I don't know if that's people uprising or what, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Isn't that in Trolls? I don't know. I feel like, and then there's that alien disclosure again, that now they live in the ocean. But people have been talking about that for years, because people were like, NASA started as an oceanography or ocean, that sounds like pornography, the ocean study, right? And then they were like, hell no, and went into space. So like conspiracy theories are being proven, but not all of them, right? Some of them are propaganda from cults. Okay, you have to remember that. When you are exploring conspiracy theories, there's plenty of truth to explore first. And there's plenty of truth to like back up whatever you're thinking, you know? So anyway, let's do some research on this. I will do some work today. Alright, I'm gonna drink my tea and then I'm gonna do these daily things. And then I'll look further into this. But yeah, just most importantly, remember wherever you are in the world that the IOF participants are around you in some capacity, no matter where you are. And that's gross. And I'm gonna let you go. Have a good one.